Hi everyone, Mrs. Hollingsworth here today with just a real quick tutorial on how to use the digital interactive notebooks. So some of you in my classes are familiar with how to use these, but for some of you it might be new. So I'll just do a quick tutorial showing you how to use the notebook. So when you first open up the assignment in Google Classroom, you'll have this first front page with the instructions on how to use it. As you can see, at least on my computer right now, the page itself is a little bit small, might not be as easy to navigate, so if you want to make the page bigger, you can go up here to this icon right here, and you can either switch it to 100%, which will make it about that big, or you could just click on this and click on it that way. I prefer to have mine at around 100%, so that is what I'll do. So now it's a little bit bigger, easier for us to read. As we go through and read on it, you can see each page has text boxes where you can type your responses. So you'll just click in the box and begin typing. If you don't like where the text box is at, or you feel you need to add extra text, you can do so by clicking on the text box icon. It looks like that, and you'll see it right up here in the upper left-hand side of your screen. Some of the pages ask you to put in pictures, and you can do that either by clicking the image icon on the page or up here, and I'll show you how to do that through the page in just a minute. They can be resized, and at the top of each page there's blue links. Click on those links and you will find the information that you need to answer the questions or to complete the page within those links. I really do not recommend that you just try to Google it. As a search engine, the results that Google gives to you are in order the results that are the most popular for some combination of the keywords you used. So for instance, if you were to just put in Industrial Revolution into Google, what would come back would be whatever result is the most popular one clicked on for other people who have searched Industrial Revolution. It might not actually answer the question that you have. But if you go and click on the blue links that are at the top of each page, you know that you will find the answer that you're looking for. So on this page, this one is about the factory system. So we can see here that it's got one of those blue, one of those image icons. So if you want to switch the image, you could just click on it. It's going to do that little box thing right there. And if you right click on your mouse, or however you do that on your Chromebook, open this and bring it to replace image. Go over here, and if you've already got an image that you can use for Industrial Revolution or the factory system, super. Otherwise, you can search the web here. It's going to bring up this sidebar where you can look, and we're going to type in factory system here and see what we get. So you'll do this, you'll probably do this image after having read a little bit about it, and once you do that, you'll see that the factory system is about people working in factories to produce vast quantities of items, where before this it was mostly just about individually hand producing smaller amounts of items. So when we look at these pictures that Google has presented to us, we can see that some of them are just pictures of factories. And that's not necessarily going to be the best image for our picture. We want something that demonstrates child labor, the working conditions of the factory system. And it kind of looks like we're not getting ones that look really good for ours. So we could switch and we can look up child labor Industrial Revolution. That looks like it's a really good search for us to do. So we'll see what we can get. And look, we have all of these pictures of children who are clearly working. If we look at this one right here, we could see something that looks particularly dangerous, right? Looks like some kids, maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 years old, all up on this industrial machine. Certainly doesn't look safe. And that really does exemplify some of the problems with the factory system for us. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to click on that one twice. It's going to go ahead and get replaced in there. and then we just need to resize the image like so. And we've got our image. We can go into our links here. So for the Industrial Revolution, it takes us to this website. We can read through the website. If it loads, there we go. So we can see that this particular website brings us to a couple different topics where we can read individually about child labor, Industrial Revolution. We can watch some videos on that if you prefer to watch videos. But either way, that's where you will get your information to answer then in here. Next thing to show you is that some of the pages ask you to move the text boxes to where they need to be. So that's just a pretty simple thing to do, is you would just take it, poor working conditions. This particular page wants us to look at positive and negative effects of the Industrial Revolution. I'd say poor working conditions definitely going to be in the negative, and then that's as simple as that. And then you just would put in here your explanation for why you chose what you chose. Down here on the timeline, you'll need to do the same thing where you'll need to click and drag. One thing that is going to be particularly useful to you when doing this is all this negative space on the sides of the page, working in Google Slides here. So if you figure out which one of these comes first, then you can just move these two. We're going to move them over there because we don't need them yet. And then when we need them, we can put them back where they go. So that'll be how you will do the digital interactive notebook. Read these links to find the things that you need. You'll put in the date right there. This one's got another one where you can replace the image. Overall, pretty simple to do, especially if you just use the links that are in here. I can tell you that if you Google the answers, you'll actually make it harder on yourself than if you were to just get the answers out of those pages, because then you're having to juggle, well, does this actually pertain to what I want to do or not? So I recommend actually reading those links at the top of the page, putting your answer in here, and then when you're done, you would just click done inside the Google Classroom, and your teacher will be able to get in and view your answers.